מזמור שיר ביום השבת, מזמור שיר ביום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ביום השבת, מזמור שיר ביום השבת. להגיד בבוקר חסדך באמונתך, בלילות לעשות ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינות. מזמור שיר ביום השבת, מזמור שיר ביום השבת. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובו לסבב תשנים רעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי.
Sorry about that. We had a little slight glitchy poo, which happens every once in a while. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Shabbat Shalom. Some of you haven't seen for hours. Some of you haven't seen for a day. Some of you I haven't seen for a week. And some of you even more than that. But glad you're all here now. Glad Rabbi's here. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us, and Lishana Tova, a good year to everybody. We're going to start with a little bit of music, a few songs to get us warmed up and in the Shabbat spirit.
Absolutely. Let me just make a little slight adjustment here. Hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Everybody now, how good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. One more time. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Shever achim gam yachad. Shever achim gam yachad. How about a little bit of bim and a bit of bam? Sound good? Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam, yubby, bubby, bubby, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Yabby, babby, babby, bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom. Wonderful to be with everybody, spend this time with you. We're going to enter into Shabbat by kindling our Shabbat lights, bringing in a little bit of light into the Shabbat. And then after that, we'll continue welcoming Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. So we'll make one circle for ourselves and one circle for our family, one circle for all the people in the world, and we'll join in our blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
We bring in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach, a Shabbat of blessing and peace.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, u'mevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, u'mevorach. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla.
We continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. We rise in body or in spirit.
La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Adonai, Hamivorach, Hamivorach, Leolam Vaed. Hamivorach, Hamivorach, Leolam Vaed.
We connect ourselves to the Holy One and all that exists, all the oneness of the world, the Shema Yisrael.
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We join in singing our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha.
Yeah, bim 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 bye, ya bim 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 bye, ya bim bye bim bim bye, ya bye, hi bim bye, ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bye, ay 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 ay, ya bye bim bye, mi chamocha ba elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bakodesh. No rati lot, oh say felle. No rati lot, oh say felle. Bim 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 bye, bim 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 bye, bim 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 bye, bim bim bye. Ay 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 ay, bim bim bye. Ay 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 ay, bim bim bye, bim bim bye, bim bim bye, ay 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 ay, bim bye, ay 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 ay, ya bye, ya bye,
Ya bye-bye,
ya bye 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 bye.
ya bye-bye. Bye. You're going to sing our prayer that connects us to all the people who have come before us, to our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents and great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, all the way back to Abraham and Sarah. And that's our Avot V'Imahot prayer, our ancestors' prayer. We'll start with a line asking God to open our mouths and our hearts that we can sing words of blessing.
Adonai, Sephatai Tiftam, Ufi Agi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth can say words of praise to you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevigula Livnei V'Neihem L'Ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah.
We join in singing our Torah song. It is the tree of life. To those who hold fast to it, and all who support it are happy.
Eitz Chaim hi Lemachazikim ba V'tomcha Me'ushar Eitz Chaim hi Lemachazikim ba V'tomcha Me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Once there was an artist. She loved to paint. She painted all the beautiful things that were in her small town. All the things from the mountains to the people to the buildings to the rocks and the grass, all the different things. And she had been painting the things in her town for as long as anyone could remember. But one day when she woke up, she thought, there's nothing beautiful left to paint in my town. I need to go on a little trip to find beautiful things to paint. And so she did. She went on a little journey. And on the first day of her journey, she was crossing a bridge. And there were soldiers who were coming toward her, but they were happy and dancing and singing. And she asked them what happened. And they said they had been off in a faraway place fighting a war, and that the war was over and that peace had come and they could go home to their families. And they were so full of joy. And she took out her canvas and she painted the amazing, joyous looks on their faces and the tears of joy coming from their eyes. And she named that painting Peace. She continued on her journey. A little later in her journey, she came upon a meadow. And in this meadow, there was a family, and they were having a picnic and laughing with each other and playing and throwing a ball and just having a really good time. And she could tell from the way that they talked to each other and interacted with each other and hugged and kissed each other that they loved each other very, very much. She stopped and she watched them for a little while, and she painted the scene on her canvas, and she wrote across the top, love, L-O-V-E, love. And she carried her canvas with her as it dried. And then once it was dried, she rolled it up and put it into her pack. Well, she had already been traveling for a couple of days, and she had promised her family she would be home for Shabbat. So she started on her way home, and she was now running a little bit late. So she started to actually run because she was running late. She needed to run, and she ran, and she was running, and then she was going through a little town, and it was the afternoon. It was Thursday afternoon, just before Shabbat, and she stopped and she heard beautiful sounds, words of Hebrew words, prayers that were coming out of a little synagogue, and she could almost see the words of the prayers floating out through the roof up to heaven. And she stopped and she painted the little rundown synagogue and the Hebrew words of prayer coming out of it. And she thought it was so beautiful, and she wrote across the top, prayer. She didn't have time for this to dry because she was running late, so she held the canvas in her hand and she kept running until she got close to her village. And when the painting was dry, she rolled it up and put it in her pack. And now she came into her own village, and she was a little late. Shabbat was already coming, and she could see Shabbat lights starting to flicker in the various households and through the windows of the homes as she came into her little village. And as she came onto her street, she turned toward her house. And as she came to her house, she stopped outside, and she could see her family gathered around the Shabbat table, giving blessings to one another. And she stopped for a moment and watched. And then she came into the house and gave everybody lots of hugs and kisses. And as they made the rest of their blessings for Shabbat, she learned and understood that she had gone on a journey, and she had found three things. She had found peace, and she had found love, and she had found prayer. That all of those things, peace, love, and prayer, were right there, right then, at that Shabbat table. And she was happy. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. Shabbat candles are burning bright. Yep, they are. Shabbat candles are burning bright. The Shabbat candles, they're burning bright. It lets us know it's a Friday night. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. Well, Shabbat Challah, good to eat. Shabbat Challah, so good to eat. Shabbat Challah, it's good to eat. It's a special Shabbat treat. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. Well, Shabbat day is my favorite day. Shabbat day, it's my favorite day. Shabbat day is my favorite day. It's the day I get to say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends.
Yes, Shabbat Shalom, all my friends. Good to have spent a little bit of time with you. Just a couple of things to share. Always check your Thursday congregational emails for updates and links of various things that are going on. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7:30 for Havdalah, our ceremony that ends Shabbat on our Zoom channel. And lots of things are coming up. If you have Beit Sefer aged kids, the first day of our Jewish community school at TBI begins this Sunday at 9 a.m. Come on down, and we'd love to see you. And then we will go forward from there. We have we're virtual for services, but keep an eye out. We do hope to come back in person,
How about,
at least.
how about Monday night, Rabbi?
Oh, well, we can talk about that too. Monday night is Erev Sukkot. It is the first night of Sukkot, and we'll have services, virtual services coming in. And then Tuesday morning, we have our Sukkot morning services live from the Sukkah at Temple Beth Israel. And so that will be available as well. And we'd love to have you join us. All right.
Cool.
Let's have you gather close with the people around you, with your family and friends and parents or siblings or whoever you're there with, and we'll offer our family blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you with good and keep you safe.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God be with you and be kind to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom shalom.
May you always know that God is close, and may God give you the gift of peace.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us. See you all soon.
Good Shabbos. Shabbat shalom. See you soon.